Hi guys, today is an exciting day in Carlisle because it is new bike day. Best day of the year, or one of the best days of the year. So in today's video we are going to be unboxing the bike, having a look, see what's inside, putting it together, and then I'm going to run you through what the spec is, what the bike is, why I've gone for this bike, and we'll have a little sneak peek at an initial sort of test run. I didn't get very far, not for any fault of the bike, just ran out of daylight, so I'll do another video on like a proper sort of first ride. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get this bike unboxed and let's have a look inside. So as you can see, here is the bike in the middle of my kitchen. Apologies for the mess. I've just got back from a short weekend away, so in the middle of unpacking everything. But this is the bottom end of my kitchen. As you can see, there's a few of the bikes there. So you've got my Canyon Endurace, which is my new bike last year, start of 2025, as I was getting into triathlon. And next to it is my very, very old Specialized Alley, which I actually got back off my brother. It's over, I think it's about 10, 12-year-old, this bike. I used to commute on that bike when I lived in Manchester for a year in 2013-ish. That bike lives exclusively on the turbo trainer and is used for Zwift, and is definitely not suitable for riding outside. So those are my current bikes, I guess. More interestingly, what is in the box? As you can see, it's a Ribble. What sort of Ribble is it? Let's find out. This is the Ribble Ultra-Aero SL R Enthusiast. Ribble offer 3 different versions of their aero bike at 3 different price points. I've gone for the sort of mid-level one, and the key features for this bike are the Ultegra Di2 group set, 65mm deep section carbon wheels, and it has a unique handlebar setup that I think just looks amazing, and I'll show you on the video. It looks absolutely class. I was torn between the Ribble Ultra-Aero and the Canyon Aeroad. The thing that swayed me towards they were very similar in terms of price and what you were getting for that money. The thing that swung me towards the Ribble was just a bit more unique. So Ribble is a UK brand. Canyon's obviously a German brand, but ships worldwide, and is probably a lot more well known. And if you go to like a sportive or an event, the chances are you'll see several Canyons and no Ribbles. Maybe a few Ribbles in the UK. So I thought I'd go for a bit more of a unique bike, and I just really like how aero this bike looks. It just looks incredible. It's such a deep front fork, really deep head tube, and the handlebars just look incredible, like nothing I've ever seen on any other bike. So that really swayed it for me. The bike came in a custom color, so I and ahed around lots of different colors like blue, white. You can have multiple colors. I decided on a bit of a boring gray. I quite fancied the sort of understated tone of the bike. So at like first glance, you might be like, "Oh, it's just a normal road bike," and then you take a double take and you realize, wait a second, this bike's got a lot going for it. So that was sort of the reason behind the color, rather than just going like a bright red where you're just like, oh. That's just not me. So we went for the understated grey, shall we say, but I think it looks, well, hopefully you agree, it looks absolutely class. Back to the build, let's take a look in the box. So as you can see, we have got the box. The bike is all bubble wrapped. It came with the handlebars sort of attached in terms of wiring, but not attached to the head tube. Obviously it doesn't come with pedals. The seat post came in a separate box and with a few other bits, which I'll go through shortly. And the wheels did come attached. So in terms of building the bike, the only thing I had to do is stick on the handlebars, align them, which was a bit fiddly, stick on the seat post, and then put on some pedals. And I did get some new pedals specifically for this bike. I ended up with the Garmin RS200 power meter pedals. So now I've got a new metric to track against when I'm cycling. So inside the carbon fiber seat post is the Shimano Di2 battery, and that connects via wire down through the frame of the bike to the rear derailleur. So it took me a bit of Googling and watching YouTube to figure out how to connect that up. It was quite straightforward, but it's one of those things where I didn't want to mess it up the first time I did it. So I stuck the seat post in, handlebars on, put the power meter pedals on, and it's also the first time I have used a cycling computer, so I had to set that up as well. And so it did take probably a bit longer than I expected to get it all together, but that was mainly my incompetence, or because it's the first time I've done Di2, power meter pedals, and Garmin bike computer, and I decided to do them all at the same time because, well, why not? Okay, so inside the big bike box came a smaller bike box. So I got two boxes to open today. This is the other side of my kitchen. Again, apologies for the mess. I've not tidied up after getting home, and I was just so excited to get the bike open. As you can see, there's a massive bike box in the middle of my kitchen. So in the smaller box, it came with a toolbox, which is a blue box you can see. It came with the carbon fiber seat post and the Derailleur SLR boost saddle. I've got another Derailleur saddle from my previous bike. Depending on comfort, I may or may not switch them over, although this one looks really good. So I'm going to try it out and try and stick with it, and only swap if I'm really uncomfortable. In the grey bag to the left of the screen, I didn't open that on the video here, but inside that bag there was all sorts of like spare parts and a few sort of tools to help with the Di2 install. Now I think because most of that has been done by Ribble before they sent me the bike, I don't actually need the things in that grey bag right now, but I put them in a safe place, and I'm sure at some point when something runs out of battery or something breaks or whatever, I'll be rooting through that grey bag to figure out, okay, what's in here that I actually need. So thanks for tuning in, and if you like and subscribe, you'll get a notification when I put out some new videos of me actually cycling the bike, and you'll get to see it in action. And I think it's going to be a beast. I cannot wait to get out on it.